Psalm 40 is quoted in Hebrews, the 10th chapter. It's quoted as Messianic, and we're told it's not Messianic at all. In no way is Psalm 40 possibly Messianic. And there it seems pretty straightforward. The psalmist, delivered by the Lord, drawn up from the pit of destruction. God sets his feet on a rock, puts a new song in his mouth, song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. And then, sacrifice and offering you've not desired. You've given me an open ear, or my ear you've pierced or dug out. Burnt offering and sin offering you've not required. Then I said, behold, I've come. In the scroll of the book it's written of me, I desire to do your will, O God. Your law is within my heart. I will tell the news of this glad news of deliverance in the great congregation. I've not restrained my lips. He says, oh, but my sins over my head, my evils compass me beyond number. Verse 12. How is that Messianic? Let me explain. Here's what happens. The psalmist, I believe, got a revelation. I believe the psalmist understood, God, you don't just want me to bring a sacrifice and offering. You open my ear to understand. You give me understanding. Or perhaps you pierce my ear, meaning you have set me apart as a lifelong servant. I've been willingly set apart. There's debate about that exact meaning. We'll see in a moment as the Septuagint understands it, it takes it as complete dedication. You prepared a body for me. Here I am, in other words. Burnt offering and sin offering, you haven't asked for those? What's he saying? Az amarti, hine bati. Then I said, behold, I come. Bim gilat sefer katuv alai. In the volume of the book, it's written about me. What's he saying? This is how I understand it. The psalmist gets the revelation, in the volume of the book, in the book of the scroll, the Torah. It's written about me. You don't want sacrifices and offerings. You want me. You want my life completely given over to you. The burnt offering that goes up to you completely. That's me that you want. I come to do your will. That's the revelation. That's what it's about. I'm going to declare this news of the congregation. This great news. The only problem is my sins. I got this great revelation, but I'm unable to live up to it. As for you, O Lord, you will not restrain your mercy for me. Your steadfast love and your faithfulness will ever preserve me. For evils have encompassed me beyond number. My iniquities have overtaken me, and I cannot see. They are more than the hairs of my head. So he starts off with praising God who delivered him, maybe from severe sickness or a threat of death. God delivers him. But now he's saying, Lord, deliver me and help me. And those who are against me, let them be put to shame, because I've got sin. So how is this applied to the Messiah? Hebrews 10 says when the Messiah comes into the world, this is what he says. In other words, what's ultimately written in the volume of the book? Ultimately written there in the Torah, it's about me. Sacrifice and offering. Messiah says, that's me. I come to do your will. Here I am. He's the one that fulfills it. The psalmist saw it but couldn't live it out. Messiah lives it out. Messiah fulfills it. That's what the text is saying. That's what you really wanted. It's me. When it talks about sacrifice and offering, you're actually talking about me, my life. Here I am. That's why the Messiah can quote those words, not as a direct messianic prophecy, but as the fullness of that psalm. What the psalmist couldn't do, the Messiah does. And the Messiah is perfect and sinless, as opposed to the psalmist who sinned. And when the New Testament quotes the words, the body you prepared me, people say, it scratched out what was in the Hebrew, and actually, it mentions body later on in Hebrews 10, but that's not the big emphasis. The big emphasis is on these other words, sacrifice and offering. You didn't desire, I come to do your will. That's where the big emphasis is put. That's the major point, you see? So, yes, the Messiah comes, and he fulfills this, and he is the perfect sacrifice on our behalf. The fulfillment of what's written in Moses and the prophets and the Psalms, here he is. And when Hebrews is being written, it's being written to Greek-speaking Jews, so the Bible they'd be using is the Septuagint, the Greek Bible, and it says, a body you prepared me. Some call it metonymy, a pars pro toto, the part for the whole. So the Hebrew's a little obscure, oznaim karita li, my ears you pierced or dug through or hollowed out so I could hear, give me a hearing ear, submissive life. Either way, the Septuagint interprets it as a body you prepared for me. We don't think they had a different text before them. We have no evidence of that. But either way, that's how it's interpreted. Hebrews just quotes that because it's quoting the Greek Jewish version of the day, and that's the Bible that the Greek-speaking Jews would have had when they opened it up. But that's not the big point. It's not that someone takes an erase. No, it's just quoting the Greek Jewish translation of the day, and that's not even the main emphasis.